Hello friends, today we'll study program 5 of our series ICSE program. The question is, enter n numbers in two different arrays. Then copy prime numbers in those array into another array. So first we have to create two array. In two array we will accept n number of data, and after that we will copy all the prime numbers in those two array into another array. Let us study the program. As usual, we have imported the scanner class, which is present in the util package. Because we will be taking input from the user, the name of our class is array prime. Here, for finding the prime number, we have created a function named prime. And there is the main function. So let us study the flow of the program from the main function. Public static void main string args. As you know, this is the standard syntax of main function. In the body of the main function, first we are creating an object of scanner class, scanner in new scanner system.in. An object in of scanner class is being created and is being associated with system.in, so as to say. That means the input which we give from the console can be accessed via the in object. The object cannot access the data directly. First, using that object, we will invoke a function which will accept the data input at the console. So first, enter the length of the array. The program asks the user to enter the length of the array. Suppose the length of the array is L. In.next line. This is what I'm explaining. Using the in object, we are invoking the function nextInt because we want to take integer as input. The input which is entered at the console will be accumulated and placed in the variable L. Now using this size L, we are creating three arrays, AR1, AR2, AR3. First two array are of size L, and the third array is double the size of these array. Then we are asking the user to enter the data in this array. System out print. Let it make it println. System.out.println, enter the elements in array 1. We are asking the user to enter the data in the first array. For I is equal to 0, I less than L, I plus plus. Since the array commences from 0, we have written the loops commencing from 0 to less than L, where L is the size of array. In.nextInt, using the function nextInt, which we are invoking with the in object, we are storing the data in AR1, AR10, AR12, AR13. Like this, we are accumulating all the data in AR1. After that, we are asking the user to enter elements in array 2. The same way in which the user has given data in the first array, he or she will enter the data in the second array. For I is equal to 0, I less than L, I plus plus, A to I is equal to in.nextInt. So the data will be stored in AR20, AR21. Like this, all the data will be stored in array 2. Now what we are doing? We are creating a variable A of integer data type and initializing it to 0. We shall use this variable in the third array. Once again, we are commencing a loop from 0 to L. And what we are doing, we are invoking the prime function, which I shall explain later. We are invoking the prime function and passing the element of the array 1 by 1 to the prime function. AR1 0, first element is passed to the prime number in the prime function. AR12, AR13, like this, one by one, all the elements are passed to the prime function. Now what will the prime function do? it will check whether the element which is passed to it as a parameter is prime or not. If it is prime, then true will be returned. And if the true matches with this true, then we place that element in the third array. Let me explain. Suppose the first element is 11 and the second element is 10. All right, let me explain these two test case. Suppose the first element is 11. So if prime AR1 0, AR1 0 is what? 11. Now this element will be passed in this prime function. Now let us study the prime function. The prime function, it accepts the value 11 in this variable a. Now this function will check whether the value in variable a is prime or not. So what we have done? We have executed a loop from 2 to less than a. We know that prime number is a number which has only two factors. One is, the first is 1 and the second is itself. So it doesn't have any factor between 2 and the number less than that number. That means from 2 to n minus 1, a prime number will not have any factor. So taking this logic, we have started a loop from 2 to less than a. That means the number which has been passed in a, which incidentally is 11 in our case, we are dividing 11 with the numbers from 2 to 10. First 11 is divided by 2, then by 3, then 4. Like this, we are dividing 11 from 2 to 10. If the remainder is 0 in any of the situation, then counter C would increment. But we find that 11 divided by 2 is not 0. Similarly, divided by 3 is not 0. Likewise, till 10, A will not be divided by any number. So C will not increment. C will remain 0. So after the end of loop, we are comparing whether C is 0 or not. If C is 0, that means the number didn't have any prime factor, any factor from 2 to n minus 1. So in that case, true will be returned. If the number, if it would have factor other than 1 and itself, then C would increment. In that case, false would return. So prime function is able to detect whether the number is prime or not. If it is prime, true is returned. If it is not prime, false is returned. So we are coming back to our main program. So in case of 11, true will be returned. Now when true is returned, then both the left and right condition becomes true, matches. And so what happens? AR1 0. That means the first element 11 gets copied into AR3A. That means AR3 0. In the 0 position of the third array, the first prime number gets copied. Then A increments and becomes 1. Next element, AR1, AR2, AR3, like this, all the elements of the array are tested for prime. If any of them is prime, it is added in the array 3 and the counter A is incremented. When all the numbers of the array 1 is checked, the program control passes to the second array. Here again, there is a loop from 0 to less than L. And similarly, just in case of array 1, we are doing the same thing in case of array 2. We are testing all the element of array for prime or not. We are calling the prime function and passing each element of array in the prime function. If any of them is prime number, then true will return and this condition will become true. And if this is true, what will happen? That particular element of array 2 will get copied in array 3 and counter will increment. After the end of the loop, when all the prime numbers of both the arrays are added in the third array, we will now display the actual final array. For I is equal to 0, I less than A, I plus plus. System.out.print AR3I. That means we are printing all the element of the array. Now let us run the program. Let us compile the program. Compilation done. Now let us execute this program. Length of array, I am giving 5. Now enter the element of array 1. Suppose I am giving 2, 3, 4, 7, 9. Enter the element of array 2. I am giving 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this is our final answer. Let us see. In the first array, which elements were prime? 2, 3, and 7 were prime. So 2, 3, 7 has been added in the final array. In the second array, 13 and 11. 11 and 13 were prime. So 11 and 13 has been added in the final array. So what we find that the prime number of both the arrays has been placed in the third array. So we come to the end of this program. Thank you.